guys sick of me yet? 2 days in a row for the last couple weeks. Hey everybody, I'm Lauren, otherwise known as Mrs. Tomato Head. Tomato Lovers Collective. Today, this is a shirt by Inspired Garden Life. And on the first show of every month, sorry, I'm eating jelly beans here. I got these great jelly beans. They're plant-based, no gelatin. They're not Jelly Bellies, but it's supposed to be like, because the kids are coming home this weekend for Easter, it's supposed to be for like their eggs in the basket. I may have had a few. They're really good. What was I saying? It's Thursday. I'm Mrs. Tomato Head. I come every Thursday at this time to talk to you about the 15-ish tomatoes I'm obsessed with this week. I think today we have 16. And today in particular, for this show, I should say, I've really gone down a rabbit hole. And you guys are going to go down with me. You'll see where like looking at one tomato led to another. And I tried to get as much accurate information as possible. We will see. And then one of the reasons why I love to come live is because maybe you guys can help me figure out a couple things. I think I figured it out. There's one in particular that's a big question mark, but happy to be here. Yesterday, today's Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. Happy April. Yesterday, I finished my 4-part series showcasing my 2026 tomato grow list. If you didn't catch it, you can check out my channel on YouTube, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, and all 4 are there. I am working on somebody in the group. By the way, I co-run a group called Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. We are on Facebook. We are waiting for you. If you're not a member, we are waiting for you with open arms, open hearts, and a very generous nature. We are the single place for the tomato lover, tomato curious, whatever. We want you to join us, and we will turn you into a full-fledged tomato head. Mark my words. If it's your first time watching, let us know in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to say hi. Make sure you have a notebook or a piece of paper and a pen or pencil handy, because chances are you may find 1 or 2 things that I talk about today that you may want to put on your wish list. In Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap on Saturdays, we have something called Seed Seeking Saturday, where each week you can put up to 5 varieties that you're looking for. And then people in the group, we really love to fill wishes when we can. So if there's a variety you've been looking for years, put it in there. You may find it. There's a variety. For those of you that watch me, you know I can't stop talking about it. But there's been one variety I've been looking for years, called Amarillo de la Drunion from Spain. And I really had given up. And just recently, my friend Nuno from Portugal found it for me 2 times from 2 different seed banks, and they are on their way to me. So never give up. Never give up when it comes to tomatoes, because you never know what's going to pop through the surface. That was totally intended. Hope, for those of you that are starting seeds, hope that germination is going well. I just remembered that Kina, Jen, and I, we have a special post. It's probably a little too early, but we put up a special post each year in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap and Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap. That's positive germination vibes. And so if there's a variety or 2 that you just can't get to germinate, you put it in there and we manifest that it will germinate. What else is going on? It's a big week, so I'm with you 3 times this week. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow is our April Tomato Talk Live I host with Jen Joy. And we have Angwe Ias, otherwise known as Phil Seneca. He's going to be our guest tomorrow. He's a very talented breeder from here in the United States. He's an indigenous person who's fascinating and lovely. He's a lovely, lovely man, human being. And he bred a lot of things about longer than a decade ago. And he kind of stepped back from the tomato world for about a decade. And he recently come back within the last 9 months. And we have a lot to talk to him about. I've become good friends with him, as has Jen. And we're excited to have him on the show. So make sure you tune in. It's later. Our Tomato Talk Live is later. It is at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. which is 1 a.m. Kina time, Central European Standard Time. It will be recorded, even though we come live, it will be recorded for those of you that it's too late or you've got other plans or whatever, so have no fear. What else? If you're watching me, oh, I forgot to put on Instagram. Hang on. I was going to say, is it on? Oh, shoot. All right. Oh, well, nobody's watching me on Instagram because I forgot to turn it on. That's okay. I'm having some issues with my computer today. It keeps freezing on me, probably because I loaded up with tomato pictures. I'm not even kidding. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Somebody suggested that I compile a list, a grow list to share with the group, because I did break it up into 4 episodes, but I've decided to make like a short, well, I don't know how short it's going to be, but a video. Since I have the slides all made and everything, I thought I would make it into like a video slideshow type thing. So I've started that. I will post it in the group and on my Facebook page, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, when it's all done. There are some things that I didn't put on there that I am growing, so I can possibly put those in the master list also. What else? Let's see who's here. Oh, one more announcement. Friday, May 8th, Jen and I meet up halfway between us and in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And we host 2 tomato events each year. We have a plant swap and then a tomato fest. The plant swap is in the spring. It's Friday, May 8th. And then like a tomato festival, tomato tasting in the fall. This year it's August 28th. Same place, Latort Park in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. It's a ton of fun. Even if you don't have plants to swap, come. Meeting everybody it's kind of indescribable because we've become such a family and community, and we talk to each other online, and meeting each other in person just brings it next level. It's really special. If you are coming, plan on bringing some seedlings home. So please bring a box or something to bring seedlings home with you. I intend to bring seedlings and not come home with a single one, but we will see how that goes. So I hope you can join us. We're working on getting a food truck. So far, it's not going so well, but my friend Nicole suggested maybe we make it a potluck if we can't get a food truck, so we can explore that because it can be a long day. It's from 12 to 6 this year, and the time goes super fast, really, really fast. I feel like I never get the opportunity to talk to everybody I want to talk to. Jen and I, historically, we've come to you live. I think we're going to do that this time also for those of you that aren't anywhere near Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We'll come to you live for at least for a little bit so you can share in the fun. If it's your first time watching, we have a ton of prizes today, including the ones from Inspired Garden Life. They're giving away 5 t-shirts and 3 $25 gift cards. And then we have a ton of other prizes from our very generous friends and vendors. We've got seed prize from Teresa Begin. Malachite Jen or Jen Fox has 2 prizes. Misty Carter, 2 prizes. Old South Seeds, our friends Mark and Carol from Old South Seeds have 2 prizes to give away. Kelly Natchbull is giving away 2 prizes also. So lots and lots of prizes. You guys don't know how special it is. Jen, Kina, and I have a policy. We never ask for donations ever. It's not an unspoken policy. It is a policy. And yet we are never searching for prizes because you guys come to us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It means a lot. Kind of takes the ease off of us always giving prizes. I mean, we used to give away tons and tons of prizes, and I still do. But it just goes to show how generous our community is. What else? I guess that's it. Let's see who's here. We have 71 live viewers so far, which is pretty good for 15 minutes. We've got Sherman coming in at number 1, as always. Hey, Sherman. And there's Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for being here, and thanks for donating your prizes today. Much appreciated. Oh, I started to say, we have tons of seed prizes, but in order to win, you must put #tomato in the comments. Where's my little thingy? There it is. #tomato to win. You only need to do it once, and then I do a drawing at the end of each episode. I'm kind of like a hot mess today, aren't I? I mean, I'm always a hot mess, but I'm really like all over the place. All right, let's slow down, Lauren. We'll see how that goes. if you are at Inspired Garden Life, check out their website for their shirts. They offer a forever code of 20% off for members of Tomato Lovers Collective, and that code is TLC20. They have tons of gardening shirts, tons of tomato shirts. If you love birds, chickens, mushrooms, foraging, they've got shirts for every gardener. The tomato heads, I don't own them all and it kills me, but there's just so many. So thank you, Inspire Garden Life, for sponsoring this show. Again, they do it the first Thursday of every single month. All right, let's get back to see who's here live. We've got Nereus here. Hello. And Mayor from Afar. Hello there. And Amy's here. And Laura. I'm only half an hour behind in the comments. That's not bad, right? Laura says, I'm going to put hands in the dirt while I listen. More seeds to plant. Here's our guest of honor tomorrow. Hey, Angwei. Happy Thursday to you, my friend. We're so excited to have you tomorrow. Leslie's here. Hi, Leslie. And Teresa, thank you, as always, for giving away more prizes today. You're so generous. Thank you very much. And Mariah's here. Heidi's here. Hello. There's her hello. And Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa. Thanks, Angwei. Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps. I see 90 people are watching. If all 90 can hit that like button, it helps me out more than you know. All right, 89, I lied. I'm bummed I forgot to, well, some are watching on Facebook. I'm bummed I forgot to put the Instagram thing up. Oh, well, that's all right. I Spy. Hello hi, Lisa from Washington. And Mike is here. Mike, I got your envelope today. Sitting right here. Thank you. I didn't get a chance to private message you yet. Thank you very much. And Rowena's here. It's Awesome Sauce Day. In case you missed my Grow List show yesterday, I will not be doing a broadcast next Wednesday. Ken needed to switch his day. Ken Fry, he's doing, do I have a thingy here? He's the admin of our Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap, one of them. And he is doing a new pepper show that he does normally on Tuesdays, but next week he needs to do Wednesday. Don't ignore the date. This is an old date. But anyway, he will be coming to you live on Wednesday. I will not. I think I'm taking the week off. I may do something on Tuesday, like an unboxing or something. But I will eventually be doing garden tours and things like that on Wednesdays and probably do more unboxings and things. So anyway, next week you only get me Thursday, at least until I say otherwise. But right now, that's the plan. I was telling Jeff, I'm Jeff Rainmaker from Secret Seed Cartel. I write for his blog, and I haven't written one in a while. So I told him I would try to work on something next week. He has a great idea that I'm going to be working on. So, Jeff, I don't know if you're here, but that's my intention. Hi, Denise. Thanks for being here. And our Blah Blah's here. Hi, Blah Blah. And Misty, I'm 1 minute early. I was late today. As usual, too ambitious. Hi, Drew. Nice to see you. Drew, I don't know if you saw in the group, somebody else got a regular leaf Angwei ES from my seeds. So you're not alone. I'm sending her other seeds, though. It's weird. I've got so many Angwei ES seeds started, and every single one's come up potato leaf. Lime in the coconut, not so much. That mostly potato leaf, but I'm getting some regular leaf on that one. And I'm culling the regular leaf per Angwei's suggestion. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with all these leaves. Hey, Robin, happy Thursday to you. And Jen's here, my partner in crime. Hey, Jen, glad you're here. Who else? We have Jerry's here. Hey, Jerry. And how's Linda's son doing? I don't know anything about Linda's son. Oh gosh, I don't know anything. I haven't heard. Please update. I hope everything's okay. Hey, here's my buddy Nuno. Hey, Nuno. He's the guy that found me Amarillo de la Drunion. Can hardly believe it. He's showing me pictures of like the seed envelopes and stuff. And it's like when something's been on your wish list that long and you're so convinced you'll never get it, seeing it like in writing is mind-blowing. I don't know if Kina's here, but I know Kina was really looking for Queen Nanny for years. So when we got our hands on seeds from Angway last year, she, like, first of all, I couldn't wait to give them to her because I knew it was on her wish list for such a long time. But, seeing it in right, even Prince Charming's Bastard, same thing. Like when I got those in the mail and Lime in the Coconut, I was like, oh my gosh, they're here. They're seeds. They're in this envelope. It's unbelievable. So, Nuno, I'm not worthy. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Erin, playing in the dirt outside in the sun today. That sounds nice. We don't have sun today. It's a bit rainy, which makes me feel a little bit better when I'm working on a show all day and then doing the show later in the afternoon. Doesn't make me feel so bad when it's rainy outside. I did get to up-pot some of my peppers and some of my micros and my dwarfs. They're all looking good. Who else? We have Eric. Hi, Eric. Hey, tomato people. Yeah, it is cold today, Heidi. It's chilly. I just went out to put a seed mail in the mailbox, and like compared to yesterday, it's like 40-degree difference. It's crazy. Hello, tomato freaks all over the world. We need a shirt that says that from Inspire Garden Life. Tomato freaks from all over the world. Because that's exactly what we are. But we're lovely freaks. Hi, Pretty. Ready with my notebook and pen. Hi, Tony. Happy holidays, Tomato Heads. Yes, happy Easter for those of you who celebrate. I'm excited. I mentioned a couple minutes ago my son, Jake, and his girlfriend, Taria, are coming home. They arrive tomorrow. So after, they may come during Tomato Talk Live. I don't know, but I'll be getting off exactly at 8:30 so I can spend time with them and have dinner. It's been a while since I've seen them. It's been a couple months, which like hurts a mama's heart for sure. By the way, today is Rory the Wonder Cat's 9th birthday. I didn't think she would live to see it, but happy birthday to my little girl. She's not down here right now. Yes, feeling very grateful. We don't have much longer with her, but I'm grateful that she's here. Something about her passing away at 9 years old sounds better than 8. 8 seems so much younger. We're going to miss her a whole lot. Hi, Tara Dove. Hello and happy Tomato Awesome Sauce Thursday to everyone. And Sathia's here. Hi, Sathia and Yvette. We have 96 live viewers. That's fantastic. Hi, everybody. If it's your first time watching, make sure you put hashtag tomato in the comments. We have lots of prizes to give away at the end of this episode, like lots. So you only need to type it once, hashtag tomato. And we'll be doing some seed giveaways, Inspired Garden Life. I think I have some slides from them. Where are they? These are older slides from the squishy doll version of themselves, but we've got 5 free t-shirt giveaways and 3 $25 gift cards, and they are wonderful human beings, Tim and Darylyn. Feeling super grateful that we've connected with them. I reached out to them, I think about a year and a half ago. So a friend of mine saw a tomato shirt. It was one of theirs, and she sent me the link. Normally, I thought I had all tomato t-shirts at that point, and then I looked and I saw this shirt, and then I looked and saw all their other shirts, and I'm like, how do I not know about them? So I reached out to them and told them I have a Facebook community and wondering if they could do a coupon code or something, which honestly is very unlike me to do something like that. But something was telling me to do it. And then it turns out they're just like, they're my heart. And you guys, many of you have met them also. They're wonderful people. They came to our Tomato Fest tomato tasting in the fall, all the way from Missouri. Very kind people. They're doing this in retirement. This is their passion. So I love to give them business. And they certainly help us out with prizes. I know they volunteered to help out Jen with her new show that's going to be twice a month. So beyond generous. Hi, Erin. I'm in Colorado, and it probably will freeze tonight after 80 today. I'm glad you're getting 80. Hey, buddy. I love you, too. Hi, Linda. Akelia. Happy Thursday. Let's see what our favorite Grow List Disruptor has planned for us today. So Tim and Darylyn are creating a Grow List Disruptor shirt for me. I don't know what it looks like yet, but they're doing that for me. So I will wear it proudly, Grow List Disruptor. And tomato freaks from all over the world. Hey, Kim. Hey, you get to log in again today. I can't stay, but wanted to show some love. Happy Thursday, everybody. Love to you. Happy Easter. Hi, Roxanne. Kim is pregnant, and she raises 2 young boys, so she getting time to watch the shows is difficult for her, so I'm always happy to see her. Hi, Roxanne. I look so cute. Thank you. Thank you. Cute shirt. I love this shirt. For those of you that didn't catch it, Tomato Lovers Collective, which is our community, and a girl with a tomato hat. I have a tomato hat, looks just like that, except it's not red, it's tan. If you are just joining us, join our community on Facebook, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. We have resources, we have photos, we share ideas, kindness, generosity. We do swap seeds. We do post links of vendors. We love to showcase our vendors, and we're not one of those groups that doesn't allow links or mention of vendors or anything like that. Nobody sells anything. Well, Kina, Jen, and I, we're the admins. We don't sell a thing. We do this because we love tomatoes, truly love tomatoes. That's why we do it. We don't have some ulterior motive where we're selling seeds. We are not vendors. I think that's important for people to realize, that we just do this because we are passionate about tomatoes, full stop. That is it. Right, Jen? Amen. Wildman2894, hello all. Did I miss anybody? Did I say hi to you, Samantha? I saw your comment, but I'm not sure if I got it on. Hi, Samantha. I don't know how old you are, Samantha. You certainly don't need to tell me, but I see your name. I assume the pronunciation's Brisbois, right? I'm reminded there was a young actress on, it wasn't All in the Family, but there was like a spin-off. I think it was called Archie Bunker's Place. And there was a young girl in the show, and I think Danielle Brisbois was her name. I used to get all the teeny bopper magazines for like the heartthrobs like Scott Baio and Ralph Macchio, and I know she was in there all the time. So that's what I think of when I see your name. Hi, Nesha. Thanks for joining in. And let's see, Tanya's Townhouse Garden. Missed the show yesterday. Thank God for the replay. Yeah, I showed some good stuff yesterday. And what's been haunting me? Somebody asked me if I had to pick one tomato, and they gave me a choice of my top 3, Sufferwell, Malapine, and Angwe ES. If I had to pick one, what would it be? And I froze. I didn't know what to answer. And I said, ideally, I said Sufferwell. And I stand by it, but, I would die without Malapine also. This green when ripe flavor, like I ache for that flavor. So it really, I would say it's a 2-way tie. Nothing to take away from Angwe ES, that's great too, but I really like some acid. Angwe ES is like sweet. It's a delicious tomato. Please don't get me wrong. Those of you growing it are in for a flavor explosion. But I really like that tangy, acidic flavor of green when ripes. And in particular, this one, if you're growing Malachite box, you're in for a treat also, or Verde de las Landas. All 3 are great. So yeah, the answer to that question's been haunting me since I said it yesterday, because I'm not sure I could live without Malapine either. So can I say it's a 2-way tie? Because I'm going to. I feel a bit guilty, but Sufferwell is just extraordinary too. I mean, I could obsess over this the entire show, so I better move on. Who else do we have here? Hi, Dennis. Sorry, I'm late. Work is crazy. That's okay. Thanks for tuning in. Dennis is Heidi's husband, for those of you that don't know. Thanks for everybody saying to hit the like button. I appreciate that. Hey, Janet. Hello, hello. Made it. Hey, look who's here. John Kramer's here. Don't usually see you at these, John. Nice to see you. John is once again donating $25 gift card to Tomato Eden during our show tomorrow night for Tomato Talk Live. If you're just joining, we have Angwe ES is going to be our guest. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It will be on my channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, and Jen Joy's channel. So you could watch it either place. And we're honored that Angwave will be joining us. Can't wait. All right, let's get to some more comments. Make sure you type in hashtag Tomato Gang. Don't want you to miss out on the prizes. Jennifer Barnes is here. Happy Awesome Sauce Day. Hello. And Nuno says, I am here with the Portugal flag. My new friend. Oh, look. Sashka Tadhova, 705. Hi, Lauren. Hey, Tomato Heads. Greetings from Bulgaria. Thank you for joining. Nice to see you. And Andrea, hello. Hello, my fellow tomato lovers, and welcome to all our new crew. Yes. Andrea, I'm still waiting for an answer from you, by the way. I know you want a prize. I need an answer from you as to what kind of tomatoes you're looking for. I haven't forgotten about you. Who else do we have? Irene's here. Hello, fellow tomato heads. Hi, Irene. Come on, Irene. Oh, I swear. I know it's Eileen, but that popped into my head. Come on, Irene. Ooh, I swear. Hey, Christy. Thanks for joining in. Hope I didn't miss anybody. The comments come in really fast, so if I ever don't see your comment or question or whatever, I try to get as many on the screen as I can, but it's hard when there's 100 people watching. It gets to be difficult, so please don't take it personally. I don't intentionally skip over anybody. Hi, Fernanda. Watching for a bit on a break at work. Did I put this up? Hi, Terry. Hello, Lauren, all in chat. Nice to see you, my friend. How's everybody doing? Those of you who have started seeds, how are you doing? Everything germinating? For those of you that haven't started, when are you starting? Is your grow list like concrete, or is it still in flux? The problem with this show is I'll show you 16 varieties, and you may want to grow one this year. That's the problem with this show when it comes to be around like February through May, really, when this side of the world is starting their seeds. It's like, you know, I've started seeds as late as the end of May for my grow season. Our first frost is usually somewhere mid-October. We've gone into November a little bit later before, but I mean, it can't be a late season variety, but I've put seeds in soil. They accidentally fell into soil end of May, and they are fine. So don't panic. Unless you're in a climate with a very short growing season or whatever, there's still plenty of time. If you're seeing people with huge seedlings in the group, photos, pay attention to where they're coming from. They're likely down south and ahead of us. So don't let it freak you out that you're too late. It is better to start later than early. You must trust me on this. You will have healthier plants because of it. Once they're planted outside, they really all catch up. They really do. It's all about soil temperature. I know I talk about this a lot, but I've been there, and a lot of you have been there too, and you hear the same thing. Like, one year I started in January or February or even March, and it was just too early. But it's tempting. You know, we get these seeds, these precious, precious seeds, and we're dying to get started because it's been way too long since we've tasted a delicious homegrown tomato. And we just feel like if I start my plants early, I'm going to get them early. And unfortunately, it does not work that way. Let's see, what is this jelly bean? Lemon, maybe. Yummy. Hi, Missy. Happy Thursday to you. Hi, Larissa. Happy season starting. Happy season starting to you. Oh, Haley, I've got a white one I'm showing today. I'm sure it's not a new one to you, but I thought of you when I was making the slide and compiling all the info. Happy to be here with you too. Yes, I agree with Terry. Thank you to all who donated for the prizes today. There's so many of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very appreciated. Rebecca says, hello from cold and snowing Northeast Minnesota. Oh no. I hear that, I was talking to somebody from Canada yesterday, I think Nancy McCormick, and she said there's like 2 feet of snow on the ground or something like that, and where she is in Canada. I'm like, oh no, that's no fun. Hi, Dana. Thanks for being here. And here's our third musketeer, Kina. Kina, Jen, and I run Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, and we love it. We love it. Susan says thank you to all the prize donors, too. All right. June's here. Hi, June. And Claudia's here. Missy, I agree. We have the kindest group. I was talking with somebody this morning. Who was it? Misty Carter. And I said, and she's always so generous in both our groups. And I was thanking her for donating again. And we were talking about how generous the group is. And I said, I think generosity is contagious. You know, people see other people donating, not even donating. You don't have to donate to anything, but like giving seeds in the group, granting wishes. I've been in some groups where people grant wishes and it's like crickets chirping. Nobody's granting anything. In our group, that really doesn't happen. And I think it's because generosity and kindness is contagious. And so that's the kind of community that we have and we foster. Kina, Jen, and I are passionate about tomatoes. We want you to be passionate about tomatoes. And we're really happy to have you all with us. Hey, Jess, not John. It feels cold to me here in Rhode Island, but now I guess I'm glad at least it's not snowing. Yes. I went to college in Rhode Island at the University of Rhode Island, and I know we didn't get a whole lot of snow because we're so close to the water, close to Narragansett Beach. But I do know it gets gray and cold, just like down here in New Jersey. Hey, Julia. Thanks for joining in. All right, did I get everybody? Like, you're not a hot mess, Lauren. I am. But I embody that. I really do. I'm a hot mess who tries really hard. I've said that for years. Even Rob calls me a hot mess, with love, of course. Hey, Lebby Angel. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you guys put in hashtag tomato. We have 111 live viewers right now. Thanks for joining in. Make sure you grab a notebook and pen. We will eventually talk about tomatoes. I know it's been 40 minutes, but this show, I like to say hi to as many people as possible. Hi, Mary. Can't drop the link for the Pepper Show right now. It would take me too much time. But if you go to his YouTube channel, Forgotten Heirlooms, and I'm afraid to open anything up because my computer's like freezing up. I think I'm using too much, CPU or whatever. But go to his YouTube channel. It's Forgotten Heirlooms, and subscribe to his channel, and then you'll be notified. I'm not sure he's scheduled next Wednesday's show yet. You can also go into Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap, and you can see the link there. But it's Forgotten Heirlooms is his channel. I encourage you guys to watch. It's just like this show, but for peppers. And he does that every Tuesday except for next week. Hi Heidi, watching from the ice-covered north. Ugh. Stay warm. Hey, first time watching live. Thanks for joining us. Jim Bevins. I know your name, Jim Bevins. Thanks for joining us. Welcome. Where are you watching from? Hi, Anne. Thanks for being here. We have a member from France. Burger Mattel, 3347. Bonjour. Bonjour to you. Talking about at least one French variety today. Started off French and then it went Spanish. I'll explain in a bit. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for being here. Oh, gosh. Linda's son Corey's in the hospital. That's what I was referring to. Thank you for letting me know. I've been busy getting ready for the past 2 days. I've been doing the shows, and that's an all-day thing getting ready, so I've kind of missed that. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, God bless him. Hope all's okay. Samantha says Nuno's the best. He's helping to track down some Spanish seeds for me, too. Nice. I'm not surprised. He keeps surprising me with other Spanish varieties as well. Hi, Greg. Thanks for being here. Tomato Freaks Unite. I like it. Or Julia, Tomato Freaks Assemble. Nice. Melly Mango. Hello, all ready to mess up my grow list even though I have no more space. Denise says I would buy that shirt. I would totally buy. Uh-oh, no leave site. No. If I somehow get kicked off, hopefully I'll be back on. I've had to reboot my computer many times. All right. I'm going to start talking tomatoes because I'm still like 20 minutes behind. And I'll get to some more comments in a bit. And I did go down the rabbit hole with these three varieties in particular, and I want to make sure I get all the information correct and share it with you guys, because you may have been confused about some of these as when you saw their names as I was, and I think I've solved it with Gigi Ray's help, but we shall see. But we'll get there when we get there. Okay, this first one. So common sense. First of all, Forgotten Heirlooms carries this. It's Cayce Joy Red Heirloom. It's from the United States. Common Sense Seeds in Canada also carries it. They have a whole bunch of new things at Common Sense Seeds. You know what? Let me check something quickly. Okay. So I know Tanya, who's the owner of Common Sense Seeds. She's lovely. They haven't been shipping to the United States because of fear of getting things intercepted. I guess they had a customer that got something intercepted. So on the website, it says they are no longer shipping to the United States. But we're doing a test right now. She's sending me some things, and I asked her, should I say you're shipping to the United States or not? And she says, why don't you say I will start shipping to the United States next week? She needs to make a change on the website, and we'll get her husband to do it this weekend. Thank you for your support of our little seed company. That's nice. So if you haven't checked out Common Seeds, it's commonsenseseeds.ca for Canada. They've got a whole bunch of new stuff. I'm going to be talking about at least 2 of them today, maybe 3. And they have a site on their website. I know I've talked to Angwei about this, where they've got the OG gene things with high carotene. So they're very, very unique. They have great photos and some interesting varieties. And this is one of them. I just want to say, though, that our friend Ken also carries this one. I have the link to both of them. Tanya actually got her seeds for this from Ken. Let me put it in the comments quickly. So here's the link from Forgotten Heirlooms. Putting in the comments right now. And then here it is from Common Sense Seeds. I suppose I should talk about the tomato before I share the link, but there you go. And here it is from Common Sense Seeds. You'll fall in love with their website. Let me tell you about this one. It's an heirloom from the family of the famed psychic Edgar Cayce, 1877 to 1945 he lived. Better known as the sleeping prophet for his ability to read into the future and the past while in a trance-like sleep. This tomato dates to pre-1930s Kentucky. It was grown in Fulton County, Kentucky, the Ebenezer and Miller areas, by his family. Although we couldn't track down who exactly in the Cayce family was growing this tomato, Edgar Cayce did indeed grow up on a farm in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and his family does have a long history in the state. And Edgar himself was a lifelong gardener. This is from Common Sense Seeds. Our original seed stock came from Forgotten Heirlooms, and their original seed stock came from the Kentucky seed collector Chris Hubbard. The Cayce Joy Red Heirloom tomato is a beautiful plant with robust potato leaf kina, and crimson pink to red fruit. The potato leaves are large rugose leaves. Oh, they're just explaining what potato leaves are. Well, for those of you that may not know, I'll read it. Potato leaves are large rugose leaves that resemble the leaves of a potato plant. They're not common in tomato plants, and when a variety has this type of leaf, it suggests it is an old cultivar. The fruits of Cayce Joy are large, meaty, and mildly sweet with few seeds. Our largest tomato was 1 pound, 2 ounces. This tomato makes perfect slices for sandwiches and burgers. The trade-off with large tomatoes, however, is that you won't have a lot of them, and the fruits ripen later. The Cayce Joy Red Heirloom is a late tomato for us in Zone 4, and we suggest you grow this variety in a warm south spot in your garden or in a greenhouse. If anybody's grown any of these, please let us know. That's part of what makes this show so awesome sauce, is that if somebody's grown it and they can give us their thoughts, it's really, really helpful if we decide we want to seek this variety and maybe grow it. So please let me know. I'm going to scroll right to the end here. I'm missing out on a lot of comments, I realize. I love the story, says Laura. I agree. I agree. Yes, Irene, they do carry Filipino number 2. I think I saw that you were seeking that in Most Wanted, and I was looking at my inventory, and I did not have it, but I am getting it from them. Pretty, you must have missed me just say it. They will start shipping to the United States again next week. They had stopped, and now they've started again. Tiffany says, oh gosh, looks beautiful. Nobody's grown it. Hey, Aldous. Just getting home from work and excited to see some cool tomatoes. Right. Hey, Olivia, I hope you're feeling okay, my friend. Meaning to check on you. Mariah Green's here. Hi there. I'm sorry for those of you I missed the comments. Got to take care of animals. I'm listening with my earbud. Glad you're listening. All right. Jenny says, I am so happy they will be sending to the United States. There are some that are so interesting to me. I know. Don't they have a great website? I'm going to put it, I should have had the link up. Let me share the link with you. It's commonsenseseeds.ca. I love showcasing vendors who really love what they do. And Tanya and her husband really do. And you can tell they take great pride in what they do. Their website's beautiful. They really honor the stories and all of that. So check them out. Oh, Missy grew it. Loved Cayce Joy last year. Big tomato, very late. That seems to happen with pinks. We have to be patient with the pinks. All right, next one. Another one from Common Sense Seeds, a rare one. It's called Flavour Steak. Flavor spelled O-U-R, as they would in Canada, although it was bred by Tim Peters of the United States. Common Sense Seed says, we love the name of this tomato. Flavour Steak is the creation of master tomato breeder Tim Peters of Oregon, who introduced it in the 1990s, but it has now become hard to find. And then they said, and we will add Flavour Steak as Tim's spelling. True to its unique name, Flavour Steak is a very good tasting medium beefsteak tomato. The hardy 4-foot plants are also unique for their potato leaf, Kina. Here is a description of Flavour Steak from Tatiana's tomato base. Indeterminate potato leaf, high yield of red ruffled fruits, 6 to 12 ounces, very beautiful, very good acidic flavor, meaty and juicy, bred by Peters Seed and Research and released in 1994. And here's Tim's very own description from the 1999 Garden Seed Inventory or Seed Savers Exchange. He said, large uniform ripening, bright red, 1 to 1.5 pound fruit. Ours were smaller, tender flesh, sweet, rich tomato flavor, good crack resistance from the Peters Seed Research breeding program, and all around wonderful tomato. Everything I just read is right on Common Sense Seeds listing for this one tomato. I love that. I heart that so much. I like information. Clearly, I like information because that's what I like to share with you guys every single week. I try to get as much information about a variety as possible. And not only did they compile their own, but they're quoting Tatiana's tomato base. They're quoting Tim himself. Like, I just love it. I just love what they do. So make sure you check them out. Anybody grown Flavour Steak? It sounds like it's hard to find. I did a quick Google search and couldn't find it anywhere other than Common Sense Seeds. All right, next one. Green Grasshopper. This one came from Kina. Kina got this for Jen and I from Kuhner Garten. And yeah, don't know a lot about it. It's pretty darn rare. Kuhner Garten says, this is another beautiful variety from my Siberian collection. I always buy many new Siberian varieties because I like them the best. They are very practical, cold resistant, undemanding, and disease resistant. They have a special flavor, very sweet. Very sweet, melt in your mouth, and aromatic. The green grasshopper is an exotic, green-fruited tomato variety with a pronounced decorative character. The fruits are very attractive due to their green color with a bronze sheen. Couldn't find any interior photos on this. This is all I got. Described as well-balanced with good juiciness, and the variety is considered versatile. The flesh is very sweet and fruity. The tomato plants are resistant to common tomato diseases. The variety produces well in hot weather. Anybody grown green grasshopper? Jen, I'm not supposed to, but seeds accidentally fell into soil for green grasshopper today. Oops. I'm containing myself, although the lack of information out there about it does make me want to grow it, and it's fun and it's funny. Elisa's growing Flavour Steak this year. Nice. Nice. Hi, Nancy. Glad you're here. I'm getting condolences for Mandy. I must have missed a comment. Sounds like you lost a pet, Mandy. I'm so sorry to hear that. And Nicole, yes. And Nicole lost her dog last week. So sorry. My heart goes out to you guys. I'll be there soon. So sorry. Mayor from Afar says, love the shape and color. Me too. It looks like a lot of fun. Okay, next one. Prescott Heritage from the United States. There's an entire article about this. Hang on. Where's my screen share one? I found this on a website. It's called the Prescott Tomato Story. It's from a magazine or website called 5centsmag.com. And I'd like to read. Do I read the whole thing? Let's read the first part of it anyway, because it's super cool. This is from local food chef Molly Beverly. She says, several years ago, I stumbled on an interesting listing in the Native Seeds search catalog, Prescott Heritage Tomato, given to native seeds by a member of a family that had grown this variety for many generations in Prescott, Arizona. My mind's eye pictured the old Prescott, dirt roads and small cabins with homestead gardens overspilling with prized tomato vines. I fantasized that generations of seed-saving gardeners had selected a tomato perfectly adjusted to our place on earth. I wanted to taste it. I wanted this tomato. I ordered seeds, which germinated quickly, grew rapidly, and produced nice fruit early and abundantly right up to frost. The tomatoes surprised me. They were smallish, but definitely not cherry tomatoes. They had a lot of characteristics of plum tomatoes, with dense flesh and no belly button core. And they ripened well, sitting on the counter, resisting rot and mold. They were substantial and pulpy enough to make a rich tomato sauce. Best of all, they were not too sweet or too sour, extraordinarily balanced, and actually fulsome delicious. That first season, we enjoyed Prescott tomatoes fresh, dried, sauced, and canned. Alas, the next time I checked, Prescott tomatoes were no longer listed in native seed search offerings. A search brought me to only one company, Tomato Fest in Carmel, California. That's Gary Ibsen's website, Tomato Fest. The late Gary Ibsen, his wife now runs it. That's when I decided this tomato has to come home back to Prescott. I took this on as a challenge. Tomato Fest owner Gary Lloyd Ibsen generously donated hundreds of seeds in 2018 and 2019 to be distributed at local seed exchange events. Over the pandemic year, I put in 20 plants and distributed the seeds freely. Seeds and plants went out to Slow Food Gardeners, the Farmers Market Seed Exchange, and the Public Library Seed Bank. I wanted to learn more. I called Native Seed Search and asked, who brought these seeds in, when, what's the backstory? The answer was, sorry, they were dropped off by someone from Prescott, but we have no other record. We just don't know. Meanwhile, Native Seed Search needed someone in the Prescott area to grow seed for their collection. Of course I volunteered. For the 2021 season, I planted exclusively Prescott tomatoes and no other variety so they wouldn't cross-pollinate. I wanted to save seed, replenish. This woman sounds like a girl after my own heart. Safe Seed replenished the Native Seed Search stock and distribute seeds and tomatoes to all of Prescott. Native Seed Search sent me 400 seeds that were grown in 2011 with a tested germination rate of only 24%. I planted them all in flats. After, I feel like it's story time, putting you all to bed with a tomato story. After a week, a few tomato sprouts came up. As they grew, I transplanted them into cups. 6 weeks later, they were still coming up. By that time, the first emergent tomatoes were ready to go into the garden. I had the 80 plants I needed and 80 more to give away. That's how I wound up at the farmer's market on a mid-May Saturday morning with trays of Prescott tomato plants. And that's when I ran into my longtime friend, Prescott native Janet Markham. How would you like a Prescott tomato plant? I asked. Oh, Janet says, are those the tomatoes that John Hayes grew for years? The little rosy plum tomatoes that grow so vigorously and reseed themselves everywhere? Is that the John Hayes, former Arizona state senator of the historic Hayes Ranch in Peoples Valley? I asked. Yes, that's right. I say, can you put me in touch? Janet told me I'm meeting his daughter in an hour. I'll get you her number. State Senator John Upton Hayes died in 2016 at the age of 88. His daughter, Becky Hayes Rovey, still lives on the family ranch and keeps his garden. So I took the drive to Peoples Valley and met Becky. She talked about how her father loved this tomato, grew it for 50 years, saved seed, and distributed plants to friends. He wanted to share and preserve this unusual variety, so probably was the one who took it to Native Seed Search. That's the kind of thing he would do, she said. As I talked with Becky, more story unfolded. Where did the seed come from? I asked. Becky pulled out a repurposed plastic medicine bottle labeled and filled with tomato seeds and explained, Dr. Brayler of Wickenburg developed these tomatoes and many other plants for our arid environment. He was the first medical doctor in Wickenburg and a good friend of my dad's. I plan to follow the trail of tomato seeds to Wickenburg to learn more about Dr. Brayler. Stay tuned. You can purchase and taste Prescott tomatoes this season from the Schaefer Farm booth. All right, so this was a while ago. And then she says, let's bring these tomatoes back to every Prescott garden and farm, home to our kitchens and plates, and celebrate the past, enjoy the present, and pass Prescott tomatoes on to the future. And let's send our gratitude to John Hayes for passing them on to us. Is that not the coolest thing ever? Was I showing that? I think I was showing it, right? Isn't that cool? Where's my slideshow? Prescott Heritage. Has anybody ever grown this? Am I not getting comments anymore? Am I still in the air? Can you guys hear me? Did anybody like this story? I'm not getting any comments anymore for some reason. All right, I guess I am. All right, so that's the Prescott Heritage tomato. I guess nobody thinks it's a cool story. Either that or I'm just not getting comments. Yes, I'm still on. Okay. Anybody grown Prescott Heritage tomato? I love stories like that. I really do. Yes, people are saying yes. Thanks, Jess, Nicole, Tanya. Thank you very much. You guys know I love sharing seeds and preserving seeds also. So I honor this chef, this woman who did this, and think it's really cool. And so you can get seeds from Tomato Fest, as she said, and they're pretty special. Let's keep this into circulation. There's the link. Okay, thank you, Terry. Somebody gave me some feedback. That is an awesome story. Thank you. I'm like, oh, I'm not reading the room well. Oh, here we go. I feel like I need that one now. Hi, Barbara. I'm in Tucson. I would love to grow Prescott Heritage. All right, here you go, guys. That was a great story. It says, Kelly, yes, I want to grow it. Says Rosalina. Jennifer says, listening from work, try not to be obvious with my phone. Angwei's grown it. Of course you have. It sounds right up your alley. What'd you think, Angwei? What are your thoughts on it? Do you remember? All right. What's next? Achilles says, I think we were all just busy listening to your story and not typing. Thanks, Achilles. We were just listening, says Susan. You guys, thank you. Dwarf Caitydid. I have not grown this one, but it is a beauty. This was bred by Patrina Nusky Small of the Dwarf Tomato What happened? This slide has something weird up top there. Patrina Nusky Small of Australia, and then it was stabilized and selected by Craig LaHoulier of the United States. That's why I put it's from Australia and the United States. A lot of the Dwarf Tomato Project things, Patrina and Craig are co-founders of that, and so a lot of times Patrina would breed something and then send the seeds to the United States, where a group of people, including Craig, would select and stabilize. So a lot of times it's not as simple as this one's from Australia or this one's from the United States, because breeding is important, like the initial breeding work, but doing the selecting and growing out is, I would argue, is equally as important, because that, you're selecting for the best qualities or the qualities you're looking for in each tomato, and you need to grow a lot of plants. So that work is really, really important. Susan says, I've grown it, but it wasn't very productive for me. Very tasty, though. That Katydid is pretty. All right, Angwei says, I remember Prescott got bit a little by my local fungal pressure, and I think that stopped the flavor from really shining. I'm sure it grows well for the Southwest. All right, thanks for letting us know, Angwei. Oh, magnifique. Yes. Yes, I search for good photos when I can. I mean, there's some photos, like you guys, if you watch my grow list videos, I didn't see the comment until after I got off the air yesterday, but there's one, Blushing Beauty, by Lee Goodwin. I could only find one picture of it, and it was a horrible picture. And somebody commented that I saw after the fact, it was something like that looks a little, not risque, but a little pornographic. It kind of looked like a butt or something. It's true, and I couldn't find any other pictures. Alarissa's growing Katydid. I ordered seeds from Europe. Very nice. And Mike, I just started Katydid, first time growing dwarfs this year. Oh, you're going to fall in love. What other dwarfs are you growing? Dwarf Awesome and Nano's Meatball Dwarf are fantastic. There's so many good ones, but those are my favorite. Jess knows what I'm talking about. I had thought about that picture too. Julia says, grew it a few seasons back, a bit on the milder side for me personally. Not much acid to it that I recall. Not really my thing then. Sure is pretty though. And bicolors, I talked about this on my grow list video yesterday. Bicolors can have some really intense flavors. So yeah, I was surprised I hadn't talked about this one yet, but thank you all. It's always very helpful to know if you've grown something and how it is. All right, what's next? Are we ready to go down the rabbit hole yet? Oh, I didn't even talk about the anything about this tomato. So I said that Patrina bred it. It's a cross between New Big Dwarf and Mortgage Lifter, Pesta strain. She named it Pesty. Dwarf Caitydid was selected and named by Craig LaHoulier after his daughter Caitlin in 2011. And then those involved with the stabilization and development are Amanda Fisher, Michael Volk, Doug Frank, Carol Knapp, Richard Watson, Sean Conant, Simone Penning, and Lori Sutherland. Do we have a link? Let us see. I think Bounty Hunter, yes, Bounty Hunter has it in stock. I'll put the link in the comments. They do ship worldwide. They have a lot. I think I've got a couple links from them today. Oh, Leslie, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard that you're late for washing goats and trimming their hooves. Glad you're here. Really glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, Rosella Purple's a good one. Little Dead Corvette? That one I'm not aware of. Or do you mean Red Corvette? Little Dead Corvette's a kick-ass name for a tomato, though. If it's Bill Yoder's Little Red Corvette, I've grown that, but Lisa says, I keep a list of tomatoes breeder and horticulturalists who have and are working with varieties that do well in arid conditions. Good. Good. That's a great thing to have. If you ever want to share it in the group, I'm sure that would be super appreciated. You got me excited there for a minute there, Mike. It's red, not dead. Somebody needs to have a variety called Little Dead Corvette for sure. Okay, here's another one that I got from Bounty Hunter Seeds. It's a Dean Slater variety. He bred this from the United States. Are all my slides going to have that thing on the top? That's going to bug the heck out of me. How did I not notice that? It looks like I had Origin US twice maybe, and then I clipped, I don't know. This is Three Queens. The photo on the left is from Dean Slater's Facebook group, PKS Tomato Breeders. The photo on the right is from our very own Kina Tonarood. She gave me her permission to use because I was looking for an interior shot and could not find one. Bounty Hunter Seed says, created by Dean Slater. The striped beefsteak ranges from 8 to 12 ounces. It's very juicy on the acidic side. Great for slicing and putting sandwiches or cutting up and putting into a salad. Mid-late season, open pollinated, determinate. And then Kina reviewed it in Tomato Lovers Collective on August 6, 2024. And she said it was her first ripe tomato of the season. She was so excited that I just took some crappy blurry pictures and didn't remember to Brix taste it. Ate another one today, and it is awesome. Very well balanced, juicy, and for me, this I can grow again tomato. Brix of 8. The first one had a lot more seed and gel than this one had, but from what I recall, similar flavors. I don't know if it was the background and different light that did it, but very different colors on the two of them. The one today was very ripe. And then I found a little blurb from Dean Slater himself from 2017. He says, those of you who bought Three Queens are in for some very cool expressions. Let me give a little hint. This one is out of the same lines that produced Metaluna. So there's a lot going on in this one genetically. So has anybody else grown Three Queens? Let me get you the link to Bounty Hunter. I have only seen it at Bounty Hunter Seeds. Did I not get the link for it? Oh, yes, I did. I mean, you can look it up, but Bounty Hunter has a lot of Dean Slater varieties. And I don't know how stable some of Dean's are, but I believe the ones that Bounty Hunter carries are stable. All right, I just put the link in the comments to get this at Bounty Hunter Seeds. I think it was this one when I checked. There were only like 2 or 3 left. I'm pretty sure. So if you're interested in this, you may want to check out now. It is yummy looking, Terry, for sure. For sure. All right, what's next? What do we have next? We have Absinthe, a green one ripe that I have not grown. The breeder of this is Alan Bishop, who I've been talking about. I talked about him just yesterday. He's responsible for varieties like Pink Floyd, Jack Off-White. There's one of his I'm looking for desperately called Pac-Man. I haven't seen it anywhere. But he's from the United States. It's a cross of Emerald, Aunt Ruby's German Green, and Brandy wine that he made in the mid-2000s. Indeterminate, regular leaf, medium to large, irregularly shaped beefsteaks that are pale, green when ripe, clear skin. Sometimes fruits have amber or pinkish blush at the bottom end. Outstanding, delicious flavor, nice buttery texture. 10 to 14 ounces. That information came from Tatiana's Tomato Base, by the way. Has anybody grown absinthe? Anybody? Bueller. I don't know why I haven't grown this beauty. We know anything else about it? Sometimes it's got veils of pink. Excellent taste, well balanced. What does Annapolis Seeds say? Beautiful green beefsteak. They take on a slightly yellow hue as they ripen. Flavor's a bit tangy, yet sweet and low acid. Oh, you've grown it. Really good tasting. Good to know. Good to know. Is it? Would you say it's typical of green when ripes? No, I don't want to leave this site. Don't do my tabs. Jennifer says this looks delicious. I agree. Totally agree. Makes me want to put seeds in soil, I'll tell you the truth. Right, Julia? I have seeds but haven't grown it out yet. Probably need to now. I know. So as if I'm a growless disruptor for all of you guys, I do it to myself too. Almost everything I show on the show, I have seeds for. It's kind of how I populate my inventory sheet. I've got a bunch of seeds over here that I need to log, and I will go to log them, and sometimes we'll decide, hey, this one should be featured on the show. Oh, Kim grew it. I grew absinthe last year, produced really well for me. All right, am I reading between the lines that the flavor wasn't great? Hi, Iris. Late to the party, but I'm here. Welcome. Terry, I needed to hear this. I really needed to hear this. Lauren, despite your efforts, you can't grow everything. I know. I can't. Thank you, Terry. I totally needed to hear that. Lisa says, absinthe was my first GWR ever from Terry at Secret Seed Cartel. It opened my mind to that intense flavor. So it had intense flavor. That's good. Absinthe is worth growing more often. Strong flavor, sweet with a slight sour note. Production is not extreme, but sufficient. Thank you very much. That's helpful. Very helpful. All right. I'm getting ready to go down the rabbit hole. We have one more, and then we're going deep, gang. Buckle up. Next one. Here's your white, Haley. Fantôme du Laos. They believe it's from Laos, but nothing concrete. They can only assume. Tatiana's tomato base says, reportedly from Laos, where there's a tale saying that when ghosts are afoot, it will glow in the dark. It was first offered in the Seed Savers 2008 yearbook by Natalie Antaya of St. Robert, Quebec, Canada. Indeterminate regular leaf plants, medium to large pale yellow beefsteaks, some with ruffled shoulders. So a lot of the whites actually turn a pale yellow when ripe. So I showed you guys my Prince Charming's Bastard a couple of weeks ago, which if you look at Angwe's site, Good Mind Seeds, it shows white. For me, it ripened to a pale yellow, but they're still considered a white. And you can look up pictures of this variety. The ones I chose look pretty white, but if you look up photos, they will mainly show a pale, very pale yellow. I have a micro I'm working on, one of my creations. It's called White White Baby. Why do I not have seeds started for that? Because, Terry, I can't grow everything, and I've got too many micro projects going on. All right, let's get going. Surprising bright flavor with acidic tones. Very good. First fruit ripened very early in our garden. 80 days, indeterminate regular leaf. Mild flavor, extremely high yield. Who's writing this? Natalie Antaya. I really grew this one for its keeping qualities. Even with the mild flavor, it's better than a store-bought tomato. You know, that's not really that appealing to me when I hear that. It's still better than a store-bought tomato, because anything's better than a store-bought tomato. I really liked the ghost story that came along with this one and was a big factor in me deciding to grow it. The spirit of Laos is well tolerated by people with histamine allergies due to the lack of acid. The Tomato Whisperer, Tomaten Flusterer, says it's a rare variety originating from Laos. It gets its name from its translucent creamy white epidermis. There is a local legend that says that fruits placed on the windowsill will emit a fluorescent glow when ghosts approach. That's a cute story. Good night, Kim. Thanks for being here. Oh, thanks, Jess. White White Baby is a great name. I thought so. I'm pretty proud of some of the names from my micro projects. My very first one, which is still not ready, it's called Drop the Micro. I like that one. And I've got some other ones I'm working on also. Stay tuned. All right, here we go down the rabbit hole. Ready? Here we go. If you've been around the tomato world for a while, you've likely seen this tomato, maybe grown it. RAF, which actually stands for something. It stands for resistant. Ooh, my microphone just popped. Can you guys still hear me? Check, check. Can you guys still hear me? I hope so. The thing popped. Like big time pop. I'll just assume you can hear me. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you guys. I guess there's a little bit of a delay. It's resistant to Fusarium wilt, RAF resistant Fusarium. It originated from France and Spain, and I'll tell you why. I found an article that there's several articles. In fact, there's even a Wikipedia page for the RAF tomato. What is the origin of the RAF tomato, the French tomato that has conquered the world from Almeria? In the 1950s, the predominant tomato varieties in Almeria were the Marmande and the Mouchamil. These are French varieties, very prized for their great flavor. They're characterized by very low yield with a very weak shape and roots, but with lots of flavor. Of these two varieties, the most appreciated and with the most flavor was the Marmande, with the French Marmande variety standing out above all, commonly called by farmers the Quarantine, which I think is Quarantina tomato, if I'm not mistaken. In the late 1950s, the fungus Fusarium adapted to the climate and humid. It's actually Fusarium oxysporum. Adapted to the climate. Is that the same as Fusarium wilt? Fusarium oxysporum. I think it is, but I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me. Adapted to the climate and humidity conditions of the Vega de Almeria, massively attacking the roots of the Marmande variety and causing huge losses among farmers. In 1961, the Klaus Seed Company, which owned the patent for the French Marmande strains, decided to find a solution to the problem of the Fusarium fungus by crossing the strain with a resistant South American tomato variety through natural selection. After 7 years of natural selection, a new strain of Marmande tomato was finally developed that was more resistant to Fusarium. Christy, I love that. Resistant AF, I like that. That's a good way to remember it. Thus, in 1967, the seed company Klaus renamed its famous French Marmande with the name RAF, an acronym for Fusarium resistant. Originally, this was a functional disease-resistant breeding project, not a gourmet tomato. Now, here's where things get interesting. And I spoke with, I don't know if Gigi's here today, but I'm sure she'll watch this eventually. I spoke with Gigi. She's like the queen of Spanish tomatoes. I'm growing a lot of things that she gave me this year. She went to the big tomato festival in, I think, Cantabria, Spain, and she knows her Spanish tomatoes. She actually gave me seeds for the RAF tomato grown by her mother-in-law. So I was talking to her about it today because if you look at the Spanish sites, the RAF tomato looks like what you're seeing here, this ribbed variety. Now, if you look at Tomato Fest and Bounty Hunter, the RAF tomato looks like this. Very, very different. And so I asked her, is the RAF tomato a hybrid? Because it's possible that people are growing it out, saving seeds. I mean, I've seen seeds for sale all over the place. And then I think it's adapting like a landrace tomato. People are growing it to their region, and it's adapting. So Gigi said in Spain, the RAF tomato all look like this. I guess they sell it in the stores. It's a very gourmet type variety. If anybody has anything to add to my history that you know of, please feel free. Oh, I'm growing RAF Amarillo. It is ribbed but white. Okay. I know there's others. There's a RAF Blue as well. Cool. You'll have to keep us posted. So yeah, so Tomato and Bounty Hunter and Tomato Fest, two very good vendors, sell RAF tomatoes that looks like this. Wikipedia says the morphology is special and very characteristic. So they talk about it being characteristic to what this looks like. It is oval and flattened at the ends with deep furrows that end in the center. These grooves make it very recognizable and attest to the fruit's quality. Its color is deep green with touches approaching the black on top. Inside, the pulp is pinkish, compact, very firm. You can see the inside kind of in the back there. It's very pink. Juicy and meaty with small seeds. It usually has a sweet taste, Brix of 9, according to Wikipedia, due to the balance between the sugar and citric and malic acids. Maturation occurs from the inside out. The unique growing conditions make it a rare fruit. The plants need a certain water salinity to counteract the fruit's sugars. It has been cultivated for decades, but has recently been overtaken by more intensive crops. Originally, it was cultivated in the open, but is now grown on farms under plastic mesh. RAF started as a hybrid, but it didn't stay one. Spanish growers basically dehybridized it over time through seed saving and selection. So what we call RAF today is more like a regional population than a uniform variety. So that's the story. I'm sure you guys don't, well, I'm not sure anything, but last year there was another tomato that looked very, very similar to this. And it talked about the salinity and the salt in the soil being very important. That was Morinda. It was a Sicilian Italian variety. And I remember a lot of us were looking for seeds for that. In fact, I think I found some and had it shipped to Kina, and then Kina shipped to me. I feel like Kim Wallace actually did grow it. If anybody grew Morinda or Sicilian Morinda last year, let us know. It looked very similar to this. Hi, Elijah. Elijah's mom. Welcome. Like your profile photo. This is interesting. Going back to the Dwarf Caitydid tomato, how is it possible to breed a yellow tomato from two true breeding red tomatoes? I suspect there must have been some cross-pollination by a bee. I think you're right. On my grow list, Zoya, I see your comment. I'm getting to that one. She says, hello, I have Adora is RAF. I'm getting to that one. That's coming down the rabbit hole. Eric says, I grew RAF Delicioso and RAF Fermande. Yeah, I think the Fermande was the one without ribs. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes, Grace. It's resistant to Fusarium A. It's 2 in Spanish. Yep. But I like the resistant AF. I like that one. So that... and then it says many of these are hybrids. They've got the Delicia, the Conquista, and then the Adora, which is where I'm going next. Oh, hang on, Stephanie. I bought a few RAF tomatoes in Spain during the summer and saved some seeds. I can't remember it being ribbed, but might be wrong. Earlier this year, I gave some people in this group some seeds. That was nice of you. Christy Quinn says, I have Adora is RAF too. Yeah, that one... We're going to talk about Adora first, and then we're going to get to that one. So that's the RAF from Bounty Hunter. All right, so then we have this one, Adora. There's an article I found. I don't think I kept it up. Oh, you know, we have a trivia question. Don't let me forget. After this one and the next one, let's do our trivia question. It's a fun one. Adora. Many of you have seen Adora in stores. I think we have it even in the United States. It's from the company La Palma. So there's an article from May 17, 2017 from Horticultural Daily, and it says, Spain, RAF tomatoes celebrating their 50-year existence in Almeria. So here's what it says. RAF, the king of tomatoes, is celebrating half a century of existence in Almeria. The Granada-based La Palma Cooperative and the Klaus Seed House, the Klaus is the one that originally bred the RAF, owner of the patent, have signed an alliance to produce and market a new variety of black RAF, resulting from a cross between the traditional RAF and Crimean Black, which is Black Crim. This campaign, the variety has been in the test stage, and after the summer, it will hit the market under the name Adora. RAF tomatoes have never lost their reputation in the 5 decades since they started to be grown in Cabo de Gata and Vega de Almeria. The only sign of weakness was that it almost died of success because of the numerous imitations that have been launched and the confusion that has been generated in squares and markets about its authenticity. This is where the rabbit hole was making me a little crazy today. RAF is a genuine Almerian invention, despite its French origin, because without the red soil, the saline water of Cabo de Gata, and the traditional handling on the part of producers, it would be impossible to cultivate this gourmet tomato. Let me tell you what this sounds familiar to me. Two varieties. San Marzano, grown in the soil of Mount Vesuvius. People do, like Baker Creek, do sell seeds for the San Marzano tomato, but a true San Marzano is grown in Italy in the soil of Mount Vesuvius. And so Jen and I on Tomato Talk Live a couple of years ago, we had on the author of 10 Tomatoes That Changed the World, William Alexander. It was a great interview. If you go back on one of our channels, you can see the interview. And there's a whole chapter, I think, on here on the San Marzano tomato, and even what you get in the stores if you get canned tomatoes. I'd rather have canned tomatoes from the store than store-bought fresh, I will tell you that. A lot of cans will say San Marzano tomatoes, but unless it has the DOP designation, they're not true San Marzanos. So it sounds like that RAF sounds like that to me, that yes, you can get seeds for it, but the true RAF is grown in this particular environment. Adora is one of my faves. Did you grow it or from the store? Adora, love. Eric says, I was disappointed RAF didn't stand for Royal Air Force. What else? Any of this important? Since 1999, Klaus, the house that owns the seed for the RAF, has also been marketing the Delicia and Conquista brands, which brought improvements in terms of resistant to traditional RAF varieties. And then it goes into the history. It starts in Marmande, a town in the south of France. The launch of the first hybrid tomatoes in greater demand by the market because of their shelf life reduced the RAF production in the 70s and 80s to a minimum, with the crops concentrating in areas with very saline waters, such as La Vega de Almeria, La Cañada, El Alquian, and Pujere, where the salinity gives the fruits an exceptional taste. Okay, and then from the Adora website, again, that's La Palma is the name of that site. And they also put out, I think they're the ones that put out the Amila tomato also, if I'm not mistaken. Adora offers a unique experience, redefining the taste of tomatoes from the ground up. Try it and be swept away into a new dimension of cooking, infused with a gentle intensity and deep aroma. A smooth and elegant transition from green to brown between its grooves, which you can see in these photos here, marks the optimum ripening point of the Adora tomato. It's a tomato like no other. Now, this is a hybrid. You will find seeds, but Adora is a hybrid tomato. It's got a high water content. This tomato's hydrating and refreshing. So what you get if you grow this out may or may not look like this. Then we get into what a lot of you have said you have seeds for. Adora is RAF. Now you can see this is different. And I couldn't find a whole lot of information, but apparently I found two sources that say it was developed in Norway. So I'm wondering if this isn't like a dehybridized version of Adora. Gigi thinks it's possible. I'm not quite sure. I only found Tomato Eden sells Adora is RAF, which translates loosely to Adora from RAF. So I'm not quite sure, but I did find another site called pepperfarm.ru, and it says for this one, it's a passion for flavor, a tomato like you've never tasted before. It transports everyone who tastes it to a new culinary dimension of intense sweetness and deep flavor. This unique tomato has a vibrant personality, distinguished by its striking brown color, dark brown color, and vibrant green shoulders. Its flavor is the perfect balance between sweetness and savory. Its Brix sugar content exceeds 8. And it says country of origin, Norway. Kina, get on the case. What's the deal? I don't know if she went to bed or not. Fruits are flat round with plump shoulders, rich chocolate color, dark green stripes extending from the crown. You can see they are a bit, they're not too much different actually. Darker chocolate color, less green, I think. That's what it looks like to me. So my best guess is this is somebody who is trying to dehybridize and get an open pollinated version of Adora. I could be totally wrong, but I spent a couple hours doing research on these 3 tomatoes today, and that's all I could come up with. Disease resistant, mid-season, smooth, unblemished, and shiny. Flesh is meaty, very juicy, sweet, and firm. It sounds great, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. These photos came from that pepperfarm.ru. Is anybody growing it this year? Looks the same to me. Yeah, it could. I mean, it's in this. I've seen them in the stores. They're more green to me. These photos aren't the best either. But it very well could just be an open pollinated version. That would be nice. I've only seen it listed at 2 sites. All right, are we ready for trivia question? For sure, Eric. You can guarantee that the commercial picture is shot using filters. Absolutely. Absolutely. And not very good ones, honestly. To me, these photos don't scream like I must have this. I'd rather have a photo that looks like this, honestly. There's no filters needed when it comes to tomatoes. No filters needed. No filters. I've never in my life used a filter on any of my tomato reviews or anything, nor will I ever. All right, here's the trivia question. So if you watched last week, I have a new trivia program that comes with EV Mux. And when you see the answer you want, nobody wins anything. It's just for fun. So it's multiple choice, A, B, C, and D. When you see the answer that you think it is, put hashtag and then the letter. And then we'll see. So you may guess this one because I talked about it kind of recently. I forget if it was on, it may have been on this show last week. It could have been on one of my grow list videos too. But here we go. You ready? How many crosses were made by the Polish breeder known as Jarson? Those of you who know me, have watched me a long time, know that I am a Jarson fanatic, a Jarson researcher, and a Jarson lover. Jarson is a Polish breeder who puts some spectacular tomatoes in his crosses, including Malachitowa szkatułka, otherwise known as Malachite box. So I said, I believe recently, how many actual, not variants, but the actual crosses. There's a list. We have a breeder resource sheet in the group so you guys don't cheat. How many crosses? Is it A55, B35, C95, or D25? Let's see. We need music. A, B, A. Make sure you put in hashtag and then the letter, not the actual number. Oh, we're kind of all over the place here. A, B, C, D. All right. We'll give it another minute or so. Make sure you put in hashtag in the letter. This is good. Last week, everybody got it. This week, it's a little all over the place. So we have a list, a breeder resource sheet. It's in guide number 3, I believe. And I'll pull it up in a minute. If you are in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, you know that we have a lot of resources in the group. They're all in our guide section. We've got a recipe section. We've got breeder resource sheet. We've got an entire micro and mini dwarf spreadsheet. You can look there and find out information on just about any micro dwarf and mini dwarf out there. And then we have breeder resource sheets for a lot of our wonderful breeders. And Jarson, Jarson may have been the first one I created because I'm so obsessed with it. All right, we ready? Did everybody get their answer in? I'm just curious to see. Huh. Not many got it right. All right, here's the right answer. Oops. Get me out of here. Oh, shoot, it didn't. I don't want to see that. I want to see. There we go. 35. Jarson made 30, at least to date, 35 crosses. Let me show you. I pulled up our Jarson tomato cross list so you can see it. Hang on, let me move this over here and here. All right, so this is, well, let me make it bigger too. This is our Jarson tomato cross list. And so I've got some variants on here. I should probably take them off. It's a little bit messy, but if you look, I've got all the Jarson numbers and the crosses that he made using those, and it goes all the way down to 35. I've grown about 25 of them. There's 3 that are lost that I will be forever looking for. The Jarson 6 is one of them. And then, Keen, I don't know if you're still here. Did we decide it was 32 and 33? Yeah, it was 32 and 33. Got this information. I did speak with Jarson himself. His name is Jarek. And then from this Polish message board, it has a whole list. We have a similar one for Kazulas, by the way. So Jarsons, if you're not familiar with them, they are numbered. So Jarson 1, Jarson 2, Jarson 3. And then because they were released before they were fully stable, there's a lot of different variants. So if you look on Tomato Eden, she probably has about 8 different Jarson ones, all looking a bit different. The cross, as you can see here, is Great White and Kazula 25. One of my favorite tomatoes that I kind of named is Jarson 1 Tricolor. It's got like a point at the bottom, kind of a blunt heart, and these beautiful tricolors. But as you can see on here, there's a white green, a green bicolor. Like I tried to keep up with all the variants and then I lost it. But look at these crosses. He's using Kazulas. He's got Malachite Box, Orange Strawberry, and Ananas Noir. Mortgage Lifter and Orange Strawberry. Jarson 5 is Cherokee Purple and Ananas Noir. Opalka and Ananas Noir. Jarson 7, Kazula 25, and Malachite Box. I mean, these are great tomatoes. Jarson 12 Copia and Zapotec, which is a fun heirloom ribbed red one. And I grew the Jarson 12 variant one, and that was a real fun one that kept the ribbed version. Jarson 15 OSU Blue and Green Grape Cherry. I know that's a cherry. Jarson 16, I grew 3 plants, which I think I showcased. I did on last week's show. And that's where I think I said it was 35 crosses. Cherokee Purple and Malachite Box. And I got a green, a purple, and a yellow bicolor. So let's see. Let's go back to the trivia question. We'll see who got it right. Jess, Brianna, Quincy, Samantha, Mariah, Tony, Susan, Elizabeth, Keena, Robin, and Mary. Congratulations, you guys. Cool. Cool beans. That was a fun one. So 35 Jarson crosses. I would love if he eventually makes more. He kind of told me in an email that he doesn't intend to make more, but maybe he will. And it can be a little hard to keep track of them all because they are numbered. It does drive me a little crazy, I must admit. Same with Kazulas. They're all like Kazula 17, Kazula 200. Anna is the name of, she's a female breeder, not named Kazula. Her name's Anna. And she's got a couple hundred crosses. So Jarson's only 35, but 35 delectable tomatoes. All right, that was fun. You have to, hang on, let me get rid of this. You have to try Purple Zebra F1. It's a good tasting, productive, but have thick skin. I really like it. Is that the one I talked about last week? I talked about 2 hybrids last week, Little Napoli, and I think Purple Zebra was the other one, if I'm not mistaken. Talked about it last week. Oh, Melly, thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate that. Donations really come in handy, you guys. I appreciate it so much. Can't wait for my Jarson ones to grow. You'll have to let me know what you think. I'm not growing it this year, and I'm already having a bit of FOMO. I've grown it the last 3 years, and I just love it. I hope you love it too. I love the trivia. Thanks. I love it too. It's a lot of fun. Misty, yeah, that's the prize. You win free extra oxygen with free refills. I thought I did, Satya. Yes, you talked about purple zebra last week. Yes, and I gave some away as prizes. Yeah. All right, let's get back. We're done with the rabbit hole of RAF and Adora. So if any of you were curious as to this whole RAF thing and Adora is RAF and all that, I'm not sure if I answered many questions for you, but I did for me, so hopefully I did for you too. Okay, this one is an old heirloom from Russia called Azoichka. Victory Seeds says 60 days indeterminate, very early maturing variety with regular leaf plants. And if any of you have grown this before, please let us know. For such an early variety, the fruit are good sized, 5 to 8 ounces, oblate shaped, yellow, not golden or orange, with bright yellow interiors. Its pleasant tartness more closely approximates the flavor of a good red tomato. Azoichka has a nice tart taste without the typical sweet or fruity flavor people associate with yellow fruited varieties. Yellows kind of bore me, I have to say. But you throw the bicolor aspect in there, and I'm like, yeah, I could maybe do it. Oh, Dana's growing Azoichka first time this year. Excellent. I think Craig talks about it in Epic Tomatoes. This one's been around a long time. Misty says very pretty. Azoichka is a variety that Kent Wheely, co-founder of the Seed Savers Exchange, brought back from Russia on one of his collecting trips. It first became available to seed savers in 1995. Much of the seed that is currently being offered by other seed companies and collectors is reportedly crossed and incorrect. Our original seed was sent to us by our friend, author, and tomato authority Craig LaHoulier. We have grown it out for several years and believe it to be true to type. So that is from Victory Seeds. Azoichka comes from the name Zoya. I like that name. Melly, my hubby's like, is that the lady that makes you add more tomato varieties? He thinks we're in a tomato cult. It is kind of. Hi, Melly's husband. Sorry. Yes, it is a cult, but a healthy one. Well, sort of healthy one. It is a healthy one. For those of you just tuning in, we have 132 live viewers. Please type in #tomato. We're sort of winding down. And I've got some great prizes, including Inspire Garden Life 5 free t-shirts, including 3 $25 gift cards, and some seed prizes donated by some of our friends and Old South Seeds. We've got a lot of prizes today, so type in #tomato if you haven't already. Nicole, I still swear by Dwarf Summertime Gold for an intense flavored yellow. Yes, I wrote that down. I appreciate that feedback. Intense flavored yellow. I'm always looking for it. I'm looking for it this year, and I'm growing a few. I'm excited about Supernova by Joe Raris. That one looks and sounds good. I know at least one of you grew it last year, and I think you were like, it was kind of okay. I'm forgetting who at this point, but I'm holding out hope for that one. Okay, Dwarf Pink Passion. I think I've talked about this one on the show before. I noticed after I made the slide that I had already made a slide for it, and I didn't look at my master list. So I must have talked about it before, but let's talk about it again. This is another one that's technically from Australia and the United States. It's a Dwarf Tomato Project one. The original breeder was Patrina Nusky Small, and she had a lot of help on this one. Tomato Faifu says developed from 2008 to 2014. As part of the Dwarf Tomato Project. The cross was Anna Banana Russian and Rosa Vetrov from the Nosy family. Fruits 120 to 300 grams, heart-shaped with a tendency to blunt for large sizes. Dark pink, almost purple, discreetly streaked with dark green. Dense and firm beef with a creamy texture containing little gel and seeds. Excellent sweet and well-balanced flavor. Compact tree-type plant, robust, regular rugose foliage, indeterminate growth. What does Tomato Fest say? Cross made by Patrina, further selected and named by Linda Black, and then those who helped stabilize it. They always incorporated a lot of help. Charlotte Burke, Sherry Long, Paul Anguiano, Amanda Fisher, Jessica Dubin, Dan Follett, Gina McDermott, Bill Minky, and Craig LaHoulier. It was introduced in 2015. Anybody grown this one or growing it this year? Oh no. My mouse isn't working. Ugh. All right, I've got a trackpad, but I'm not very good with it. It's going to be interesting. All right, I've connected it so it will charge. Anybody grown it? Oh, I'm terrible with a trackpad. Okay. Angwei grew it. Dwarf Pink Passion grew well for me and had a bold flavor I would consider growing again in the future. Excellent. Sathi is on the fence. She needs some feedback. That's good feedback from Angwei. Amanda's growing Dwarf Pink Passion for the first time this season. All right. Jen grew it last year. What'd you think, Jen? What did you think? It looks fantastic. Quite productive and tasty, she says. What do you think, Sathya? Is that enough? Is that enough for you to grow it? All right, next one. Kawaii. Some of these, like Azoichka and this one, like they're so, I don't want to say they're commonplace. They're older varieties have been around a while, and I'm kind of surprised I haven't talked about them. I mean, they haven't been around forever because they're part of the Dwarf Tomato Project, but I think I have a tendency when I'm looking at my inventory spreadsheet to like skip over things like this because they're more commonplace. I don't even know if that's the right word, but they're important to talk about. They're important to the tomato world. So Kawaii is a dwarf, mid to late season, 90 days, potato leaf dwarf, first bicolored variety offered by the Dwarf Tomato Project. The medium to medium large oblate fruit are yellow with red swirls with an outstanding sweet flavor and can be considered a dwarf version of one of its parents' Lucky Cross. Oh, oh, this is so sweet. New Mouse Fund. Thank you, Tana. Very much appreciate your donation. Any donations you guys give is always so appreciated. Thank you so much, New Mouse Fund. I think it's good. I have a Magic Mouse. I have an iMac. I think it just went out of battery. I don't know how you kids do with the trackpads. I need a mouse. That's pronounced so differently than you think, Lauren. You know, I was going to look it up and I didn't. Is that Anthony on top of Pink Passion? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Oh, I think it's something like Verdi Kaufi. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Jen. It's not like me to not look that stuff up, and I meant to, but I was kind of running late. Christina loved wait, what did Jen say it is? Verdi Kaufi. I know it comes from New Zealand. Verikaufi means red-yellow in the native New Zealand Maori language. Oh, here, it says it right here. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. There you go. It was named by New Zealand project member Richard Watson. Christina loved Ferdau Kofi. Lisa's this one, it's a foundation dwarf variety, one of the parents of many varieties. It is, yes. We talk about it all the time, and I think I always say Kawaii. I'm going to have to get used to the Ferdau Kofi. Okay. I just bought a mouse myself. Jen needs a mouse fund. I have a I love the color pink. I don't know if you guys know that about me, but I'm all decked out like I've got a magic key. My computer's pink. I've written a couple books. I don't know if you guys know that. So when I got the money for my first book, I bought myself an iMac, and it's pink. I've got a pink keyboard. Everything around me is pink. In fact, it was just the 4-year anniversary of my second book, 52-Week Intention Journal, just the other day. It was the four-year anniversary. And then this is the first one I wrote, 5-Minute Gratitude Journal for Teen Boys. And then there's a third that I finished, and my publisher went out of business, and it was never published, but I have the PDF of the entire thing. It's a beautiful book. Wah, wah. And I've been writing another one for years about gratitude and living with chronic pain and illness. I'll get it published someday. But anyway, I used my book money to get myself this nice pink computer. I think my mouse should be good after I charge it a little bit. I'm so proud of you too, Jen. I'm so proud of myself for remembering that. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi, or it could be Ferdau Kaufai. That's probably it. Ferdau Kofi. Okay. Who helped select it? Ray South, Richard Watson, who named it, Craig LaHoulier, Martha Hufford, Soren Linneman, Lynn Rancourt, Patrina Nusky-Small, Michael Volk, Bill Yoder, Doug Frank, Bill Minke, and Willa Osis. And it was introduced in 2014. I think I'll stick to sounding it out. I'll never remember the proper pronunciation. I know. Yes, it is Jess, one of the parents of Dwarf Awesome, which I talked about on my show yesterday. One of the best tomatoes I've ever grown. I love Dwarf Awesome, growing it again this year. Melly says, I have a soft spot for the yellow-red bicolor tomatoes, always so pretty. They are. I haven't grown this one, Ferdau Kofi. I think I have to stop looking at how it's pronounced and just try to remember. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. I gotta get it. Larissa says it looks so yummy. It does. It does. Tanya's growing it this year. All right. I think the accent is on the Dow. So, Ferdau Kofi. 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 Maybe I'll remember it that way. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. Thanks, Darla. All right. What do we have? How many more do we have? 1, 2. 2 more. Make sure you get in hashtag tomato. Lots of prizes. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. Next one. Boondocks. Pink potato leaf, Kina. Pink potato leaf. This one, it was bred by Joe Bratka of the United States. Tomato Fest says heirloom from Joe Bratka in New York. Large potato leaf plant with gigantic leaves, producing sets of 1 to 2 pound, slightly flattened beefsteak tomatoes that are loaded with rich, well-balanced, old-fashioned tomato flavors. A beautiful heirloom tomato variety similar to Brandywine. Brandywine's a great. You guys ever have Brandywine? It can be tough to grow. It's very late season, but that is like, mwah, it's excellent. Excellent, excellent. Tatiana's tomato base says indeterminate large potato leaf plants with high yield of large pink beefsteaks. Excellent flavor, smooth, juicy flesh. Tomato Faifu, to say anything different, excellent flavor. Exuberant plant with potato foliage, good and regular production. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. Ferdau Kofi. Anybody grown Boondocks? All right, let's see. Maybe my mouse is charged. I'm afraid I'm going to kick myself out of my episode, which I've been known to do. Okay. I think I got it. Anybody grown Boondocks? Doesn't say what year it came out. Oh, yes, it does. In the 1990s. Joe Bratka bred it in the 1990s. You know I've kicked myself out of my episode. Missy, I grew Boondocks. Makes a messy BLT so juicy. Oh, that's my kind of BLT. I like the juice. I like the juice. I like the juice of the tomato and the seeds and stuff. And I like with the mixing with the mayo on the sandwich and having it dripping down my arms and getting annoyed and then licking my arm. And yeah, that's my kind of, well, I don't do the bacon. I'm talking about just a regular tomato sandwich. That's my kind of tomato sandwich. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know down in the Boondocks. I know down by the boardwalk. Do I know down in the Boondocks? I wish I knew a song about Boondocks. My singing has been very little today. Down in the Boondocks, down in the Boondocks, down in... Oh, now something's coming to me. Down in the Boondocks. Something's coming to me, but I'm not sure I can sing it. It rings a bell. Wish you guys could sing to me. Jennifer says, growing this year for the first time, right alongside my brandy wine sodas for comparison. I love brandy wine, but they take so long and crack so easy. They do. They do. It's a good song. Band Perry sings it. All right. Now I've got to go look it up. That's it. Down in the Boondocks. Oh, you guys can't see it. I'm not sure if I can play this or not, actually. Maybe copyright infringement. Yeah. Down in the Boondocks. Once I started repeating it, I'm like, yeah, I can hear a song in my head. Down in, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to play that stuff or I get like snagged and it get demonetized and all that. Down in the Boondocks. Down in the Boondocks. Oh, Boondocks by Little Big Town is my ringtone. I love Little Big Town. I'm not sure I know that one. All right. Last one for today. I just got from my friend Akeelia a couple hours ago. She said it was okay if I mentioned her name. She sent me an envelope of some super rare things that I did not have, including this one. The origin is Switzerland, Schweizer Hose, which translates to Swiss panties or Swiss pantaloons. It's very, very rare. I found information, including 2 of these photos, from a place called Alsa's Garden, and it was thought to be extinct. It was thought to have disappeared forever, and yet the Swiss panties tomato has resurfaced like a forgotten relic of the vegetable garden. Carefully preserved by a Swiss conservatory, this old variety has recently been brought back into cultivation, narrowly escaping oblivion. With its orange skin streaked with yellow and its delicately ribbed silhouette, the Swiss pantaloons are as intriguing as they are appealing. Still rare in cultivation, they bear a playful name. In German, Schweizer Hose, in Italian, Pantalone Svizzero, a nod to the famous Swiss guards of the Vatican and their brightly colored striped trousers. Like them, this tomato sports a unique look, blending gold and soft green stripes, and displays exemplary hardiness. But behind its unusual appearance lies a very flavorful tomato. Its firm, dense, and juicy flesh makes it a choice addition to summer tables. Delicious in salads, it's best enjoyed raw. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Rediscovering Swiss panties is a bit like finding a treasure, a tomato that is beautiful, rare, and full of character, which we highly recommend. Anything else? So yeah, thought to be extinct, and now it's coming back. It's making a comeback. And Akeelia, thank you for seeds for this. Really appreciate it, along with all the other things. Sing, Lauren, sing. Not a great day for my singing. I need some other varieties. I don't have a song for Schweizer Hose. Yeah, Irene, that's a good one. I should have a shirt that says easily distracted by tomatoes and music. Isn't it a beautiful tomato, Samantha? I know. I know. I love these pictures. when we all get the wrong pronunciation stuck in our heads later. What did I say? Farokavai. No, I already forgot it. Where'd it go? Fordaukify. We got it, you guys. I feel no shame. I'm proud of where I came from. I was born and raised in the Boondocks. That's Little Big Town. I live in the Boondocks. I know I live in New Jersey, but I'm in New Jersey Boondocks. There is such a thing. And I love living in the Boondocks, honestly. It can be a pain when it comes to like Wi-Fi and stuff, but I love living in the Boondocks. It's a good place to be. Tiffany says, I love the tomatoes that look like little pumpkins. That looks like a good stuffer. It does. It does. I feel quite honored to have seeds for this. I almost want to accidentally spill seeds into soil now that I know how super rare it is and how it was almost extinct. I feel like it's my mission. My mission to grow and share seeds for Schweizerhose. I need this just so I can tell everyone to come have a look at my Swiss panties. Missy says Schweizerhose is a beautiful looking tomato going on my list. It is. It is. Thank you, Akelia, if you're still here. I like it, Julia. I'm in Beef FE, Tennessee. I won't say what BFE stands for. For those of you that don't know, you can Google it. Mary says the Boondocks are the absolute best. I had an amazing childhood growing up there. I hope my kids feel the same. I hope they do. I love where I live. We're almost on the border of Pennsylvania, central New Jersey, out in farm country. But I can get into New York City in an hour and a half. I can get into Philadelphia in like an hour, 45 minutes. We can get to the beach at the Jersey Shore in like an hour. And we can get to the mountains in the Poconos of Pennsylvania in 45 minutes. So we have the best of everything. I really love it. I love living in the Boondocks. There's Akelia. You're welcome. Thanks for thinking of me. I appreciate it. And that goes for all of you guys. So many of you think of me for some of these rare things, and I appreciate that, and that you entrust me with the seeds, and that you know that they're in good hands, and that I will try to grow and share them. I appreciate you thinking of me. How do I collect seeds from all your varieties? Do you use bags, only the lower fruit? Only the lower fruit. I don't use organza bags for anything. I don't. And Craig LaHoulier has said the same thing. You can just collect from the lower ones, and you should be fine. I mean, B crosses are going to happen, but they really are pretty darn rare. Although Bananas Noir came from a B cross, so there you go. It happens, but not all that often. But yeah, I don't isolate and bag my blossoms. Do not. All right. So we're at the end of the show. You want to give away some prizes? Woohoo! Prizes. 119 live viewers right now. It's your last chance if you haven't already put in #tomato. Now's the time to do it. Let's start with Inspired Garden Life. They're the wonderful people behind this t-shirt and many others. They have a whole Tomato Lovers Collective collection. Not all the shirts in the collection say Tomato Lovers Collective on it. But they are designs that were designed by our members, which was really neat. One of my episodes, we took a vote on our favorites. I think our favorite was one that Malachite Jen designed. It says, "Life's too short for boring tomatoes," and it's got all these beautiful colored tomatoes on it. So Tim and Darylyn are the owners of Inspired Garden Life. You can check out their site, inspiredgardenlife.com. They donate to the show on the first Thursday of every month. And they have a forever coupon code. TLC20 will give you 20% off at all times. Sometimes they have specials where that are better than the 20%. But anyway, I don't think they're here today, so I will collect the names. Let me tell you, if you win from them, you need to email them. And so I'm putting their email address on the ticker down below. I don't usually keep track of who wins everything because it takes a lot of time. I will do it today, but it would really help me out a lot if you guys could just keep track and then email them directly at support@inspiredgardenlife.com. All right, let's do our giveaway. T-shirt number 1 goes to Jennifer Barnes. Oops. Shoot, I pressed it again. Congratulations, Jennifer. Number 2. Actually, I can't write all this down. It's going to take me forever. If you guys can just, if you're a winner, just make sure you email them. Next one. I had like balloons or something. I don't know what happened to them. Jen, you get a shirt. Congratulations. Number 3. Oh, I forgot. Here's confetti. Yeah, I knew I had something. CUK2513. Congratulations. That's number 3, I think. Number 4 t-shirt. And Tim and Darylyn, if you're watching this late, I honor you guys and what you do, and I thank you so much for everything you do for our community and our members. We've all become friends, and you guys are just wonderful people. Running Wild WQ1BI, congratulations. And number 5. Got green confetti, red, white, and blue confetti. We can do all the confetti at the same time. Forgot I had that stuff. Hang on, let me get rid of the confetti. Stephanie, congratulations, Stephanie. They do ship international now, so do not worry about that. So those are our 5 shirts. And then, in addition, they're giving away $25 gift cards to 3 people. First one, and same thing, you guys can email them directly. Number 1. Why my mouse is working. More jelly beans. Saddlebutt1684. You get a $25 gift card. Please email them. Congratulations. Number 2. Heidi, congratulations. You can email them directly. And then number 3. Did you guys have fun with the tomatoes today? I did. I always get excited about the tomatoes, but today was particularly fun. For Dokify. Ugh, I missed it already. Stephania Rowena, congratulations. That's number 3, right? Yes, I believe that's number 3. So congratulations to you all. Your t-shirts and the gift card, you guys can email them at support@inspiredgardenlife.com. All right, now we're ready for some seed prizes. First one is from, I don't know why these are going like that. Just ignore that. From Teresa Begin. She's got a prize for one person. Captain Lucky, True Colors, Jarson 10 Tricolor. Great tomato. Girl's Weird Thing, Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye Heart, and Marina's Praise. And that goes to, and you can please message Teresa directly. If for some reason you guys aren't, Tomatin, IMKOPF, congratulations. Teresa Begin, BEGIN. You can private message her on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, my email address is scrolling at the bottom. You can email me and I'll get you guys in touch. Congratulations. Our next one, Malachite Jen sent me some of her favorite tomatoes that she wanted me to give away for prizes. So she's got 2 prizes. I don't think she's here today. I'm not sure I told her I was giving them away today or not. First one is Tex Wine, Swoon, Cabin Fever, Malachite Box, and Dixie Wine. This goes to, and you can message Jennifer Fox on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, again, you can email me. This goes to Christy Sawyer. Congratulations, Christy. And then the next one for Jen Fox is Clear Lake Reinhardt's Purple Sugar Cherry. That's a good tomato. Captain Lucky, great tomato. And Raspberry Beret, great tomato. So that goes to, and you can please private message Jennifer Fox for this one also. If you're not on Facebook, you need to come and join our community, Tomato Lovers Collective, and swap. Susan Kirby, congratulations, Susan. Thank you, Malachite Jen, for your donations. Always appreciated. And then we've got Misty Carter, always so generous. She's got 2 prizes for us. First one is a prize pack with Micro Dwarf Curly Fire, Dwarf Longkeeper Lolek, Sweet Tumbler, which is a basket type, Micro Dwarf Tumbling Junior Yellow, Blau Zimmer Tomate, which is a Micro Dwarf, and Stars of the Capital Micro, which I'm actually not familiar with. So all of those are in one prize pack, and you can please or you can email me. What is Stars of the Capital Micro Dwarf? How do I not know about this? I must investigate. Irene, congratulations, Irene. You can please private message Misty. And then the second prize from Misty, 1 pack of Dwarf Hazy's Dream, Dwarf Raspberry Beret, Sweet Sister Patty, another Dwarf, Dwarf Kermit the Frog, Dwarf Strawberry Lemonade, and Dwarf Black Angus. And this goes to so many prizes today. Misty, congratulations. Wait, you can't win your own prize. All right, let's choose again. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm congratulating you. You can't win this, but it doesn't take you out, so you can win something else. Roxanne Galata, congratulations, Roxanne. You can private message Misty. Okay, then we have our friends Mark and Carol from Old South Seeds. They gave me a bunch of Bill Jeffers varieties. They're calling it the Bill Jeffers collection. So broke it up for today. It's going to be the next couple of weeks. For today's 2 prizes. First one, and you can reach out to me directly for this one because I have the seeds. They sent them to me. So you can private message me on Facebook is best. But if you're not on Facebook or whatever, you can certainly email me. Old Bola Rosa, Brannar 3-Way, Buffalo Soldier, Crimson Canner, and Daniel Burson. And that goes to dun, 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 dun. Ferdokavai, Ferdokavai, Ferdokavai. Running Wild. Wait, did we get that one? Yeah, you already won, right? Yes. Got to draw again. Sorry, Running Wild. I'm pretty sure you won already. If I'm incorrect, I'm sorry, but I think you did. This is the problem with not writing it all down. It would just take me forever. If you didn't already win something and I just skipped over you, please private message me and I'll get you something. Gigi, congratulations, Gigi. You can private message me and I'll get those out to you. I've already got them in a card and ready to go. And then the next one is Dwarf Red Heart, Elgin Pink, Hunk Papa, Indian Zebra, Burson Strain, and Mocross. And thank you, Mark and Carol, Old South Seeds. They're not selling. They're on Etsy, one of the best vendors you will find. They are done selling for the year. They'll be back again in the fall. Yvette Meyer. Congratulations, Yvette. You can private message me and I'll get those out to you. Okay. Then Kelly Natchbull is giving away 2 prizes. First one is Appetizing Cheeks, Boxer Rebellion, Bulgaria, I guess, Cherry Burzin, and Raspberry Mochi. Thank you, Kelly, very much for your donations today. You can, if you win this, please private message Kelly Natchbull, K-N-A-T-C-H-B-U-L-L, Kelly with an I. I love Kelly with an I. I love that way to spell the name. Kawaii. Nicole Swartz. Congratulations, Nicole. And then Kelly's second one is Cresta de Oro, Fred Sanford Cherry. I almost talked about that one today, but I didn't have time. Emperor Orange, Dwarf Metallica, and Mystic Mustard. Mystic Mustard is one that I keep looking at. I'm like, I need to grow that, and I never do. All right. But again, if you win this, please message Kelly Natchbull. I think this is our last prize of the day. Yes, it is. Blah, blah. Congratulations, blah, blah. You guys, you can private message Kelly. Thank you all for donating today and all the time. I can't believe how many prizes we just gave away and how generous you all are. Thanks to those of you who donated to me with the show. That's always appreciated too. And hope you come tomorrow night, Jen. Well, tomorrow night, our time. Jen and I will be doing our April Tomato Talk Live with Angwe Ias as our guest. And thank you all for being here for the last 2 hours. It goes by too fast, and I have a lot of fun doing it. So thanks for being here with me. I love our community very much. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, night, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Get your gratitude on and go grow tomatoes. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.